Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. We appreciate you watching Panhandle Outdoors. Let's take a look at our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard, and a hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. And it's going to be fairly comfortable today because the high we're going to get up to 86, so not bad. We've got a cold snap coming through, and low tonight is going to be 74. So that's good. We'll be glad when these nights get to 60, which they say is going to be maybe tomorrow night. Our water temperature is 88 degrees. Take a look at our river readings brought to us by Panama City, Coca-Cola. The Apalachicola at Bluntstown, as expected, is going up. Right now it's just reading about 4 foot. And the Choctawhatchee Caravelle also going up, but right now, again, it's reading right above 2 foot. So both rivers on the rise a little bit, but they've been low, so they needed to be renourishing with a good hard rain. So that's a good situation there. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Decent tide today. I take that back. Today we're in today's September the 1st day of September, and we're more or less at neap tides today and tomorrow. Not much going on but tidal movement because we're just getting out of that full moon. And I want to send our condolences and prayers to Valdosta, Georgia. Talked to our good friend Tony Bass, and that storm really hit Valdosta hard. They've never seen anything like it. If you notice, it went through. It all stayed together. That intense center part, which was the eye wall, but it all stayed together. And Tony and them got hit really hard. Good folks up there, and they were not expecting it. I talked to him. He said that he came in here during the hurricane, helped out, and he said the yard looks just like the yard did when they came down here during Michael. So everybody take care of yourself up there. All right, let's take the wind direction. It'll be coming today out of the east about 8. And let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's get through a couple of pictures and emails and all been sent to us. Let's look at the very first one here from Alan Mack. Look here, Alan, I've been on vacation for the past 4 weeks up here in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, Canada. But thanks to YouTube, I have not missed a program. So Captain Roy, still looking good. Alan McCutcheon. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate you watching, buddy. Okay, today, Gulf Gag Grouper season open September 1st through November 10th. And you can see the area right there, the Gag Grouper. And it's going to be, you see the Madison Swanson and the edges, the old Madison Swanson right there in the center of the screen. That was the old timers went to it. Because now it is protected and they have boundaries. And when the FWC sends out researchers with Billy Archer, they go to the Madison Swanson and catch those fish and tag them. And it's interesting stories. But anyway, it is open now. Okay. This is talking about historical things doing. This is sand skiing. This is over in Okaloosa Island. I had some friends who went to Choctawhatchee High School, and back then there was only one high school. And when I got to college, they were telling me about going sand surfing. I've never seen a picture of it, but they would get skis, and you see a bunch of teenagers out there going down the sand dunes. So you can't do that now because there's not any more sand dunes left. But I know they enjoyed it. In fact, here's one guy right here. He said, "I miss sand skiing. Mom dropped us off at the Matterhorn, and we sand skied and swam till about 5 p.m. Great time and good memories. Remember Magnolia Tree up on top of the dunes? We used to get in the shade there." And then one more person, Destin didn't exist back then except for the harbor, just at the Destin Bridge. So sorry, the developers discovered it some years later, and then condos began to pop up everywhere till you could barely see the beautiful emerald water. And that's so true. It's just, it was one beautiful place at that time. Okay, real quick, this is the Lynn Haven. It has nothing to do with outdoors, but it has something good with a late friend of mine, Ray Wishart. They're going to name a trailhead after him next Saturday at the Rails of Trails at 10 a.m. And Ray Wishart was a good friend of mine. We talked together for 36 years at Mosley, and we retired the same year. And 2 weeks after he retired, he was killed in a bicycle wreck, and it was just heartbreaking. So I'm so glad they're going to honor Ray. He was such a good man, a good teacher, and a good family. Okay? They need to add a little extra day between Saturday and Sunday, called it Sunturdy. Okay. This is good news again. We've been keeping up with turtles this year. This over here at Destin, they found 90 that hatched out as one net. And how they figure that, see how they get the eggs out of there and put the eggs together and figure out how many, there were 90 eggs. I thought that was interesting. 90 eggs there. Yeah. All right, a couple more pictures. Hey, Coach, photos in with permission. The king high with a little Idalia on top had the tarpon in my pond going spastic on the drop. I'm not sure who was excited the most, Todd or Ella. Okay, there's a local, folks, there's a local area where it's sort of a pond, a storm, what we call a storm pond, high tide, it pushes in, there's big storms that push in this tidal marsh. And here's Todd, one of my former students, Todd and Ella there. Don't you know they enjoy catching those small baby tarpon like that? Isn't that cool? Okay. And real quick, down here at St. Joe, Good Days Fishing in Homer, Terry G. Homer, Alaska, this is a while back, but we showed the picture the other day, the dream bucket list. And he lived in Homer, and this was the view he saw from the back deck. Good job there. Okay, I think that's all the pictures we have, and wanted to should get all those shown, but all kinds of good things going on. We're talking about bucket list. The other day, I got interested, started thinking about it, talking about my cousin Curtis Locke and Pam went on their bucket list trip to Alaska. And I've been, I just share some personal experiences with you. I've been on some of mine. I've been on a tarpon trip down to Boca Grande, been tuna fishing in Venice as outdoors. I'm talking about outdoor bucket list. As an outdoorsman, those things I enjoy. I still have several more I'd like to go. I definitely want to go to Alaska one day, soon. And I want to go to Missoula, Montana, and fly fish where the movie River Runs Through It was filmed, and the family lived there. I want to go to the same, they say you go to the same area they fished in. So I want to fly fish in Missoula, Montana. Wendy and Walter have already been able to go through there, and she sent me pictures from the library in Missoula, Montana, where the family from a river runs through it. That's just been one of my all-time favorite movies. I want to go pheasant hunting and different things like that. I wrote down all kind of cool things. The biggest thing, send me your bucket list, what you want to do and all. But I want to end with this. I'm going on a bucket list. It's not an outdoor bucket list, but something I've always wanted to do since I can remember. I've always wanted to go to the Holy Land, to Israel. Well, in February, we're going. Wendy called me up last month and said, Dad, you want to go with Whitney, Ashley, and Wendy, and I'll be the fourth person. Walter's already been over there, and Gail don't like to fly, so it'll be me, my daughter, and two granddaughters. February the 18th, about a 10-day trip. So I don't know who's going to do the show. We'll find somebody to do the show. Maybe some of y'all want to come on and do the show, but I'm looking forward to it. The Windmark Church out of Windmark, right there at St. Joe Beach, which is an affiliate of Highland Park Baptist. They put a trip together, and I'm so looking forward to it. They may have some room left, I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to one of the true bucket list item. Let's take a break, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at, we got some really cool stuff. I want to thank Robbie Freed for sending me the pictures of the tarpon. Robbie is a long-time viewer and loves the outdoors and always willing to contribute to something to the show as far as pictures. So that, catching a little baby tarpon is an exciting thing to do, and it's exciting how they do it in that little, tidewater marsh area. So good deal there. Now, we'll talk about the storm damage, and we didn't get a lot over here. And, Carabel, Seaquarter Marina, they're okay. In fact, they're opening up back up today. They're open for the weekend, for Labor Day weekend. So make sure you pay them a visit if you're down there. Like I said, the biggest damage up there that I know of, I know Tallahassee hit hard, but Valdosta got hit really hard, unsuspecting. So I will show you just a couple of things from, we'll see, I've got a series of videos. This is my house, and you can see it got up over my seawall. This is North Bay. We are a long way from this eye. But you can see how it comes over the seawall, and so it affected a lot of folks, all different areas. It goes up in that marsh area, so that's that area. Then, okay, so here's what I wanted to show you. Gail and I and Wendy went down to check out the cave house and went by Presnell. So this is looking at Presnell's, And at the campground, right there in the center, we're looking in a westward direction. We're on the road, and there's the house at Presnell's. Okay, so I got some video to show you. How many times have you seen Presnell's campground empty? Here's the dock goes down there. There's the birds. Okay, I got just a series of short videos. The wind blew this over, a little road marker. Okay, and again, taking a picture here. I got, like I say, a group of pictures. Everything, that's a boat ramp on the water there. Okay, here's the sign. All right, and you see, it's up to the road, really. Okay, here's the campground. That's usually full of, every campsite is full during scallop season. So there's mandatory evacuation. They got out of there. And this is a day later, 30-some hours later after landfall, and this, you see the water is actually still up there. You see how high the water got in St. Joe Bay. Wendy's shooting the video. I'm walking around looking for snakes and all, and I don't see any. But, okay, got that. Okay, I got a serious video. Honey, I don't see any snakes. Let's go back. Girls in the back there laughing at me. And I shot this video, just in nature, how nature, okay, during the hurricane, all these birds lay low. After the storm, look how they get up and go feeding. So I was really just concentrating on the birds here. They're all over the place, and they're up where the normal, they know insects and all are going to be up there floating around. I just marvel at these kind of nature things that go on. Look at them looking out there. They know that they're somewhere. Okay. I'm on a truck and I'm the only person out there. Okay, bungee cord. We're going to get back to bungee cord. See that bungee cord right here in the center? My boat is down at the Cape House, and I had the cord holding the top down. We're going to talk about bungee cords if we have time, but I want to show you some pictures from the Cape. Again, we see this every storm. This house, at one time, there was 20 or 30 yards of sand in front of this house. Michael took a lot of it, and you see now, there's several around the old rock place, this stump hole, all those rocks. These are right north of the rocks here. And okay, I just wanted, it's just amazing. Now, we're standing on the road taking these pictures, but look on the left there. You can see there, folks at the bottom, that's where the sand was. These posts, I mean, right there at the bottom, okay, where the sand was at one time. And you see how close they get. And again, this is 30 hours after the storm, and it hit a long way out. I just want to share this because I'm always fascinated. I'm going to move on. This is the stump over the gap that I'm always showing you. And I laugh because it's so preventable, and yet nobody will do anything about it. This is the area. You can see how close it came up to that wash right there, and I'm telling Wendy about it. But see where the road's getting washed out? I'm pointing out where the road is getting washed out. Okay, that was all dirt and all. But the amazing thing, this is how close it got. They have yet to put those rocks a little bit further, and I almost marvel at it that they have not. Let's see. You got about a 10-yard, maybe 15, not that far, probably 12-yard gap right there. Okay, here it is right here. You put a rock from here, so just extend those rocks, what, 15 yards? And that's what I'm saying right there on the show. To prevent, because what's going to happen, the road's going to wash out. The road's going to wash out again. On the next major storm, it's going to wash out completely. And it could be preventing some with just rocks. I don't know what the holdup is. It's crazy. It really is. They haven't done that. I got a bunch of other things. One thing on the bungee cord, I showed you the picture. I got tickled every time I use bungee cords. Over the years, we as outdoorsmen have used them for my rod, just all kind of different things, strapping things down, on the bow. I know you use all kind of different things too. I love bungee cords, but I try to make them last longer than they should. They'll last almost a very long time, but I got some new ones. I get them for Christmas. Our kids figured out that's a good little side present for me, so I usually get a package of them, and so we throw away the old ones. But all seriousness now, bungee cords, you talk to eye doctors across the country, bungee cords are responsible for a lot of serious eye injuries. In fact, some eye doctors recommend don't use them, especially young people and all, because you stretch it out way over here and try to hold it and stretch out a little bit farther and slip, and boom, it comes back. And it's happened to all of us. I've been hit on my hand pretty hard, and it hurts. So be careful with bungee cords, but it's outdoorsman delight to have those bungee cords. Okay, let's move on now. We're going to add some names and do our drawing. How about John Young up there in Graceville? Thank you, John. And my buddy, Coach Gerald Taylor from the Sand Hills, retired ball coach, football and baseball coach at Bay High School. Gerald Taylor watches every morning with a cup of coffee there. So, well, you're in here, Gerald. All right, so here we go. Let's draw some names for the $20 gift certificate. It's going to be, we're talking about all the way from Sneeds. How about Janice or Janice Brown? Janice or Janice? I think it's Janice. Janice Brown. Congratulations from Sneeds. Big red snapper from Ponce de Leon. Layla Baggs, the big red snapper. Sneeds and Ponce de Leon are winners this morning. So well, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and come with our famous Friday fishing forecast. So we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back and welcome to the famous Friday fishing forecast. All kind of information in spite of the bad weather we've had. We've had some good reports right before, and they're going to be picking up the next couple of days, and we can go by past history of what's been going on. We're looking at, I wrote down the most consistent. If I was going to give trophies out to the most consistent fish this summer, I wrote them down. I wrote down 3. Inshore would be redfish. It's been consistent catches of redfish. Also, right in nearshore and offshore would be the wahoo. We talked about that all summer long, about a wahoo being caught. So, and then, of course, in freshwater, brim, brim, brim. It's been a good year with brim and shellcracker. And then next would be catfish. So that's been really steady this summer in the summer of 23 fishing. Also now, going to freshwater, like I say, we went fishing last weekend with Bill Shields on his houseboat, and we had a grand time. And I'll have that video coming up one day next week. Also on Monday's show, Monday's Labor Day. I know y'all are looking forward to a big 3-day weekend, and we'll show a video. But the video we're showing that we've done in the past, we went to the Rose Kennels outside of Oxford, Mississippi, when I had a CEOPA conference up there, and it's the most remarkable display of dogmanship that I've ever seen. And so we're going to show that again. If you, I've never seen a well trained. I've seen some great trained dogs and all, but this is just amazing what those dogs could do. I marvel at it. So you can watch that Monday, and then we'll be back on the rest of the week with all kind of cool stuff coming on, special guests and video. Okay, so let's move on. Catfishing been really good on the Choctawhatchee. Been good catches of it. Remember now also that we're on what we call the backside of the full moon. We had that big full moon, that blue moon of August, and it was a strong moon, strong tides and the king tides, and now they're going to be really hungry. We talked about it before. 3 days before and 3 days after that full moon, there's just some good bites. So the river fishing all along the Choctawhatchee is going to be good all through here. Looking at Choctawhatchee Bay. The bridge fishing, if I was going to give an award for the most consistent places catching fish, I think the bridge fishing would be strong, because all the way, here we go, all these bridges here, Greater Brown Park, Pilcher Park, fishing around them on boats and all. And of course, we'll talk about the Choctawhatchee River. Got some bad news about Black Creek. Black Creek the other day. I'm talking about it in more detail. There, y'all see Black Creek right there in the center of the screen. Middle of nowhere, right? Okay, everybody's happy. Middle of nowhere. I fished it before. Just a really cool place. We got a word from us Walton County friends that they're actually a developer's going in there, and he's got it all set up, going to sell about 100 something lots, and then another group's coming in with 700 something lots, and they're going to make the place look nice and civilized. And I don't know, to me that's an insult to outdoorsmen, because it sort of looks nice as a creek and the woods and the swamps and the beautiful trees and all. So anyway, it's not looking good. I don't know where it is. I just got that information from the Walton County folks over there who watch our show. So families, don't sell your land to a developer. If you want to sell your land, try to sell land like that to the state, and they've got money to buy that kind of stuff, and just let it stay natural. And you'll get your money, and everybody can get to enjoy it. All right, move on and talk about good stuff like fishing. Intercoastal waterway, Captain Roy was talking about last week about how many fish are being caught He's done his whole lifetime catching fish here in the Intercoastal Waterway. Okay, come on down here to the water. All the Gulf water now been stirred up. I was looking at it yesterday and the day before. It's sort of stained. It's got a lot of sand been churned up in it, but it's going to start settling down on the coast and up in the bay system. It's going to start filtering back down, and that's a really good feeding sign all these years after storms. These captains offshore, the captains near shore, they really, because the fish have hunkered down like a deer does in the wintertime, they hunker down in a storm. And the fish do the same thing during a storm. And so they're going to come and start feeding again. And it's going to be some good fishing this weekend, I'm telling you. Move on down to St. Joe Bay. Scalloping's going strong. We're going to be doing some scalloping. We'll be out there tomorrow, believe it or not, with Carl Andrews and Darylyn, Bill and Donna, Greg, and there'll be a whole group of us, 2 boats out there. We may not find any, but we're going to eat good that night. So we're going to be enjoying it. So be out there. I won't be in my boat, but we'll be in some other boats. So be careful out there. And you're going to go deeper. We're going to have to go deeper than we normally do. I don't like that. Here's Black's Island here. We're going to be on the south side, right there, south side of Black's Island, where everybody else. And then there's another group here on the north side. But we're going to be right there in the center of the screen. Right in here is where we're going to be. And I think Presnell's opening back up, so there'll be a lot of good things going on in that area. We're going to be down there off and on for a couple of days, so I'm going to try to squeeze some fishing, some wade fishing in St. Joe Bay. I've got to wrap it up. I had other great things doing. Let's see, Destin area is going to be really good around the bridge there, the bridge fishing over Labor Day. So I have notes on that. Okay, got to wrap it up. Y'all do something good for someone else. Enjoy a great weekend, and always help your fellow man out. Have a great Labor Day weekend. Enjoy your outdoors. Take care of outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.